When Tom Brady left the New England Patriots, many thought the Patriot way left with him, but they were wrong. The message from Mike Vrabel, Drake Maye, and the Patriots is clear. We are back after defeating the Broncos by a score of 10-7 to advance to the Super Bowl. The Patriots are at the top of the AFC, and folks, they will face the winner of the Rams and Seahawks matchup. That's kicking off just shortly over on Fox as we welcome you back to the State Farm Post-Game Show. I'm James Brown, back here in Denver alongside Coach Nate, Kirk, and Kyle. Coach, you mentioned, look, obviously two excellent defenses were at play today. You said points would be at a premium, and that proved to be the case.
Yeah, it was a tale of two halves. You look at the weather from that standpoint. Obviously, in the first quarter, the opportunity to kick the field goal right there and to go up 10-0. Bypassed right there by Sean Payton. But listen again, the New England Patriots, first team in NFL history to go 9-0 on the road. Mike Vrabel bringing together this team. They came together a very short period of time, and they put together a special group of people.
Yeah, I know we'll continue to talk about the Patriots, but let's focus on some of the miscues by the Broncos before we move along and congratulate this Patriots team on another win. And here it is. This was fourth down. They're trying to get points, but in points, a touchdown instead of a field goal. And then, yes, Stidham retreating. And that was a fumble. Another miscue by the Broncos in here, looking for points, a missed field goal. And as we talk about all of the time, you cannot put yourself in a position and not come away with points. Another missed field goal. And this one was actually tipped. You can't blame that on the snap, the hold, or the kicker. And here, an interception. The Broncos had opportunities. And let's call it what it is. Stidham had some moments in that first half.
Certainly.
But let's give credit where credit is due. That Patriots defense, they stepped up in this game, Kirk.
Yeah, once the weather arrived, it became a different football game. The Patriots played that game. They ran the football well. They pounded the rock in the second half. That drive that they had in the start of the second half, as the weather was picking up, they were able to run clock. And by the time the Broncos got the ball back, the weather had completely flipped, and they really didn't have a real shot after that to move the football through the air. But you got to credit the Patriots and what Mike Vrabel has built here.
Yeah, Kirk, you know, sped up Drake Maye early, 29 carries in the second half, 21 minutes of possession, 100 yards on the ground. That's how you come into enemy territory and come in with a win.
Yeah.
You know what? Whenever Kyle looks at you, he's just got that, even though he was an offensive player, he's got that defensive nastiness about him.
Yeah. That's good.
But you know what? But what a game played out, and as the guys mentioned, certainly the weather elements did change things here, but the bottom line is that the Patriots come away with that 10-7 victory. They move on to the Super Bowl. Still ahead, the Lamar Hunt.
Characteristic of what we've become accustomed to seeing. That's the numbers on your screen is what we're used to seeing. So MVP aspirations, Super Bowl aspirations. He's got to get through those Broncos, though. Our sideline reporters, Tracy Wolfson and Evan Washburn, bring us the latest from a very cold Mile High.
Evan and Tracy with you field level. There are so many storylines for this AFC Championship game, but obviously the headliner, Jarrett Stidham, in for an injured Bo Nix. You've been in and around this story all week. What do we need to know?
Yeah, it's a really crazy situation. It's been a whirlwind for the Broncos. But you know what's impressed me so much is the confidence level that Sean Payton has instilled in this team from top to bottom. And we were out at practice, and you could feel it. You could sense it. And even talking to Jarrett Stidham, I just had a chance to talk with him, and he told me he slept like a baby last night. He feels really confident coming in, really calm. He's very even-keeled. He's gotten a lot of help. He has more experience in this system. So he feels he's going to go out there and be just fine. I had a chance to speak with quarterbacks coach Davis Webb, who told me the key for him is just handling the ups and downs, the emotions of the game. That's something they're going to watch. But I love what Sean Payton said to me walking off the field of practice. He said, we're going to win this game. And I'm sure the Patriots have something to say about that. A really different mentality coming from New England.
They were not short of confidence at the facility for the Broncos. And look, the Patriots are confident as well, but it's a much different approach. It's live in the moment, be in the moment, as they put it. Don't change the mac and cheese. Nobody likes to change the mac and cheese at Thanksgiving, and there is a subtle belief that they love going on the road. They love being in enemy territory, them against the world. They are all they need, as they put it. And I think it starts with Drake Maye. He's had a bumpy start to the postseason, and he's looking to right that ship here in Denver, and they're going to lean on their defense that's been dominant through these first two games. From an availability standpoint, what do we need to know from the Broncos sideline?
Yeah, for the Broncos, Pat Bryant, who suffered the concussion, he's cleared. He's good to go. Wide receiver Troy Troy Franklin is out with a hamstring injury. Elijah Moore is expected to play. The key for them on the offensive line is Luke Wattenberg will get the start. He returns from that shoulder injury, and that's huge. Alex Forsythe out for this game. And I know there was a lot of talk about J.K. Dobbins being able to play for this one. We saw him do a little bit of work in practice this week. Sean Payton telling us 50-50 if they can make it to the Super Bowl, but certainly out for this one. How about for the Patriots today?
Yeah, just two names to keep an eye on. Harold Landry, he is out for this game. He's been limited the last 2 weeks. It hasn't slowed down what they've done defensively. And the big return of Mac Hollins, he does so much for this offense in the blocking game and also as a big-time threat downfield.
Well, my question is, are you bundled up? Are you ready? Can you handle the cold? I mean, it's beautiful right now.
It's a balmy 14 degrees right now.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, no shade to our sideline reporters there, but South Florida, much nicer weather down this side. Hey, you heard Evan and Tracy go through those inactives and actives ahead of today's game. Here's a full look at that list. You heard him mention Mac Hollins there, going to be a big boost to that wide receiver room for the Patriots. For the Broncos, though, bit of an uphill battle. We talked about no Bo Nix. They will also be without Troy Franklin, no J.K. Dobbins as well. Precision-crafted performance. Of course, everyone's excited for that game on CBS. So what about the game after that? Of course, in the NFC, we've got the Rams and the Seahawks round 3. We have seen this song and dance already twice this season. The margins separated by just 3 points. So let's set the stage and welcome in our fabulous, very warmly dressed Melanie Collins. She tells me it looks warmer than what it actually is out there. Mel, we appreciate the time and the insight joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. We just had the debut of UFC on Paramount Plus last night, so let's keep the fighting analogies going here. Round 3 between the Seahawks and the Rams. Why is this one any different, other than the fact that there's a Super Bowl on the line, Mel?
Oh my gosh, Haley, what an absolute treat we got getting round 3 of this matchup. And if it's anything like the first two, get your popcorn ready. You look back at that Week 11 matchup the first time around, it was really a meltdown from Sam Darnold. He threw 4 picks in that game. They only lost by 2 points, and Mike McDonald said that was a turning point in their season. That was the game that they needed to show them what they were capable of doing. Again, they only lost that game by 2 points, and they haven't lost a game since. Then you look back at the Week 16 matchup in this building, which was absolutely epic. The Seahawks overcame a fourth quarter 16-point deficit to come back and win that one by just 1 point, despite the Rams putting up 581 yards of total offense and not turning the ball over. So we are in for an absolute treat. Get your popcorn ready for this one. I bet it'll be a similar matchup in this environment with the 12th man. But keep in mind, Sean McVay is 3-0 when facing a team for the 3rd time in a season.
It's hard to find that balance of like which side history leans on more, whether it's Sean McVay, the 12th man, as you mentioned. There's a lot of factors externally that are playing into this one. We do know, though, Mel, that the Seattle defense has been electric. Maybe not quite the Legion of Boom. Not ready to give them that crown just yet, but still going to make it very difficult for Matthew Stafford. We talked about this with the guys earlier, Mel. How does Matthew go out and put up an MVP caliber performance to help him once again get past the Seahawks defense?
Yeah, it's going to be a tall task, Haley. He has been having an MVP caliber season, but he does turn into a bit of a different quarterback when he's pressured. He's not the most mobile guy in the pocket. Now, the Seahawks have yet to sack him this season. In fact, the 2 games in which they didn't register a sack this season, both came against the Rams. But I don't think they need to sack him in order to disrupt him. I think if they can get after him with quarterback hits and hurries, disrupt his timing at the line of scrimmage, not allow him to step into those throws, they can really keep him off balance today. And I think the key for the Seahawks defense is going to be getting after him with 4 guys. Matthew Stafford is experienced. He's been around this league for a long time. If you blitz him, he's going to be able to pick those pockets in the defense. The other thing I would mention is the crowd noise can come into play for this Seattle defense today. Last week in Chicago, Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay admitted to some communication issues at the line of scrimmage when it came to communicating the protection. So again, the crowd could really play into this one when the defense is on the field and the Rams offense is out there as well.
Yeah, you and I were at a Dolphins-Seahawks game, like a year ago, and even in that game, the crowd was absolutely electric. So I can imagine for a playoff game with a Super Bowl on the line, the 12th man is going to impact this one. If we talk about the quarterback on the other side of this one, Mel, Sam Darnold, we have heard the criticisms of him, of his career, the up and down nature of it, the roller coaster, if you will, here. What's his mentality as he comes into this game?
Yeah, what an incredible story Sam Darnold is writing for his career. Who would have imagined at this point he would have back-to-back 14-win seasons, be playing in the NFC Championship game with a spot in the Super Bowl on the line? I've been covering Sam Darnold since he was drafted to the Jets. Back in 2019, he's not the same guy that was seeing go